was a shortstop before I was a left fielder, so I had a good foundation there. But when you get to second base, it's just about going out there and practicing. I think the hardest part about second base is the double plays and getting used to the angle coming off the bat. My best advice really is just to get your footwork down and work on turning double plays around the bag and getting used to your own pivot and just work hard.
All right. Do you have any superstitions or rituals you go through before each game?
I tend to do whatever I did the last time I had a good game. So if I had a 3-hit game, I'll come back and I'll drive the same route. I'll maybe even listen to the same band or song and put my uniform on at the same time and things like that. But nothing that's set in stone. Nothing like brushing my teeth in between innings or eating chicken before every game.
Any special reason why you wear number 2?
Yeah, it's just always been a favorite number. My birthday is 2/22/82, so then I always liked it. And then I had my first real good summer of baseball in like 8th grade. I wore number 2. It seemed like every year I wore 2, I had a pretty good season. So I just always tried to get it if I could. And when I had a chance to change from 27 to 2, I jumped at it.
Okay. Do you prefer night games or day games?
Night games, 100%. I'm a sleeper. I'll go to sleep, at 1 or 2 and wake up late, and just getting in that routine of coming in and working later and being at the field. 7 o'clock games are a lot more my style.
What about grass or turf?
Grass, turfs. I can't stand turf.
And how often do you get new cleats?
Usually I go to like 2 or 3 in a year. And, some guys do like 1 every month or whatever, so just it depends too if you're doing well. If you're hitting good and everything's going good, why change?
Right. Turner field aside, what's your favorite and your least favorite ballpark and why?
My favorite Turner field aside is probably just playing. I like Dodger Stadium, probably playing wise. I like the atmosphere of Boston and Chicago a whole lot. Least favorite is the domes, the retractables like Arizona, Milwaukee, Minnesota, Dodger Stadium. I'm not a fan of those.
Okay. Is there any particular pitch from one particular pitcher that you struggle with more than any other?
I think my least favorite pitcher to face is Josh Beckett, but my second least favorite, and the one I struggle with the most is Oliver Perez. I think I might have 1 hit or 2 hits off of him. He strikes me out all the time. One pitch, just a guy with really good, just a lot of good pitches that can just mix it up and throw them all for strikes like Josh Beckett.
Okay. You seem to be hitting left-handed pitchers particularly well this year. Have you made any changes that you would attribute to this success?
I think just staying closed and keeping that shoulder in. When I was coming up in the minor leagues, I would tend to bail kind of out of the way like they're going to hit me. Just at one point, just decided I needed to focus down a little bit, keep that shoulder in, and stay with it.
Okay. How did losing John Smoltz impact you and impact the team?
It impacted me, I think, most of all, just he's somebody I could talk to that, he was going to make you laugh, he was going to make you, kind of take your attention away from maybe baseball. He's good at that, and at the same time, if you did need to talk about baseball, he definitely had a lot of experience, obviously. From the team, the guy, no matter what, every time he took the hill, I think the other guys on the other team did not want to face him. I mean, they didn't want to see him up there. He was as good as any pitcher I've seen, intimidating, just nasty stuff, and I think the other team just never felt that good against him.
Are you nervous about facing him in June?
Yeah. There's a lot of consequences, to that. Anytime you face old teammates or old friends, it's, there's some pride, there's some trash talking, there's a lot of little things, but it's gonna be fun. I mean, it'll be exciting. I've had a chance to face Maddox and Glavin, and now to do Smoltz. I mean, that's pretty neat for me being a Braves fan and being drafted by the Braves.
Has he ever thrown you any pitches before?
Maybe in my batting practice, it's not even. No, I've never faced him.
Okay. How does it feel going up against the best baseball players in the world?
Cool. I'm a baseball fan as much as I am a player. I mean, I've always been a huge fan. I'm one of those guys that knows trivia, knows stats, know baseball like that. So to see the guys that you've grown up watching high school, it's just special. It's fun, and it's really cool to just think back and just be able to say you played against them on the same field.
Did it take you a while to get used to rubbing shoulders with some of these big guys, Chipper, Smoltz, Cox?
Yeah, I did. More than a couple years.
Yeah.
It really did. It takes a few years before you kind of finally get a little more comfortable and you treat them more like your peers rather than just like on a pedestal.
There's been countless players that have played for Bobby Cox over the 24 or so years that he's coached. If he quit tomorrow, what do you think would be the single most important lesson you'd take that helps you on the field?
I think patience with people's ability. I mean, I think that the game can do some funny things to you, and when you're a young player, especially, you're overwhelmed a little bit, and he's just very patient with guys and lets them go out and do what they need to do, and he gives them a chance. I know his coaches appreciate him because he lets them coach and do their jobs, and the players the same way. He lets us go out and do what we're here to do.
If baseball ended tomorrow, do you think you have any particular life lesson that you would take from him?
Life lesson, I think just it's tough because there's still that player-coach relationship.
Right.
There's still that employee-employer. I mean, there's a line for me, so I don't have personal conversations, but as just like I said, the patience with the people that you're taking care of, the guys that you're over coaching or whatever, to just treat them like men and like respect them and let them do what they need to do.
What teammates are you closest to?
On our team now, Matty Diaz, Greg Morton, McCann, Frank Gore. There's a lot of guys. I've grown up, with Martin Prado's been with us a long time, and everybody. We've had a lot of guys that have just been in the organization, drafted, and all the way up. So there's a lot of guys we're close to.
What's your favorite thing to do in the off season?
Relax, travel. Love to go try to do a big vacation every summer, or every off season after the summer's over, and then just rest and then get your mind ready for the next one.
And do you have a favorite movie?
Yeah, Basic Confused. It's filmed in my hometown in Austin. A lot of guys in that movie just kind of getting big, and McConaughey and Affleck. It's just solid.
How old were you when you first started playing baseball?
My first league I was 5 T-ball, but I have an older brother, and I was able to go to his practices and shag or play catch or whatever. And so that was kind of just always like doing it.
Was there any time period in your life where you thought you might give up baseball?
Yeah, 8th grade, I was ready to quit to play basketball, and just stayed with it, and I ended up having a good summer that summer, and that was probably the beginning of when I started pushing myself to be a little better at baseball.
Since you've been with the Braves, how have you seen the team change for the better and for the worse?
Really just for the better. I mean, since I've been here, we've just had a lot of young guys come up that I played with, and that's what baseball's all about. At some point, 14 years is a great and long thing to win the division, but at some point, the guys that are the core of that are going to retire, move on, and there's up to the next group. And, just to be a part of the next group that's coming up, and grow together. Hopefully, we'll start a trend here pretty soon and keep it going.
And last one, who's your all-time favorite second baseman?
Clint Howard. Thanks, Jerry.